What's going on, world? My name is Hobson McCain,
My name is Mark Ray Redmond.
and this is America. Um, on our previous episode, we talked about Donald Trump and the reopening of the government, temporary reopening of the government for 3 weeks till February 15th. Make
Mhm.
sure you guys go check that out if you didn't get the chance to. And leave your comments and share and like and subscribe and all that fantastic stuff. Today, we are going to be getting a little bit more into our contemporary side, talking about what we can do better.
As a community.
Yeah, as a community, as a, honestly as a country, because this has been a recurring problem in the country for quite some time, and that is the normalization of sexual assault in amongst famous people, rich people, and them being able to get away with it. This is
It's like,
obvious. I'm sorry. What'd you say? I don't think they caught it.
it's just been a lot going on, and
Yeah.
it's
Um.
unnecessary. Like, I'm trying to. There's no words to describe what people are doing.
Yeah.
There's
And so this is all driven from there was a recent documentary that came out called "Surviving R. Kelly," and this was extremely popular amongst the African American community, obviously because for such a long time R. Kelly was like he was an icon, honestly, R&B icon in our community.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I did. I did watch it, and it was hard to watch. To be honest, it was
I bet it was.
extremely disturbing. If you have like a younger sister, older sister, mother, anything,
Mhm.
it definitely would have been difficult for you to go through to finish. But I think it's important that you do watch it and learn from it.
We know what this is. My issue. Like, I understand them getting the opportunity to tell their story, trying to shed light on everything that was done wrong by R. Kelly specifically. My issue is that it is common knowledge that R. Kelly's not going to go to jail for any of this. And we're using this situation to talk about like, the issue of sexual assault as a whole. And I feel like that's what we always do. And that's why nobody ever goes to jail. Like, if maybe if we sent R. Kelly to jail for what he did, then less people would do it. Because it's getting normalized. Like we say, it's getting normalized. It's not only getting normalized for people to do it, but like you said, it's getting normalized for people to do it and not go to jail. That's why people have to report things when they happen, so that people can go to jail. We have to hold ourselves accountable as a society to actually send them to jail. Because R. Kelly, I'm not upset with these young ladies for getting paid for going on TV. I'm sure they did get paid for going on TV because I didn't watch it, but I heard that people got paid off a long time ago to not press charges on him. So regardless of whatever happened afterwards, he's not going to go to jail for anything that he did with certain people specifically. Other people had taken money. But we're allowing that as a society. Like everybody has to take accountability. Because what I'm saying is that people are blaming R. Kelly and the people that don't want to talk about the issue, and they're not blaming anybody else. I would blame Kelly. He should be the first one to go to jail. But fun fact about R. Kelly, I think R. Kelly might be illiterate. I don't know if he can read it. I've heard that. I'm gonna say that I don't think that he reads too. I don't think he's completely.
Yeah.
It means that there have to be other people in his circle that helps him do a lot of things because he has a manager, he has to be assigned to, he has to work with him. And it seems like a lot of people have always known that these things are going on. So why is no one in trouble? Why is the only thing that happened? The only thing that happened in the situation is people got paid money. People took money. That's it. There were no consequences.
And
You
I
have
think And I think the most frustrating thing for me is something that you actually highlighted. I think before we started recording, is that R. Kelly's streaming and sales actually went up following this documentary.
Well, I
Um,
didn't watch it, bro.
and it's really um, it kind of goes to show that maybe as a society and as a community we do not value the experiences and the testimony of these women um, as much as we might like to think so in our hearts. You know, we like to send out our tweets and say, "Oh my gosh, R. Kelly's doing all this bad stuff," but then you go download his music. And you know, part of me thought like there were a lot of different instances in the documentary where they said, "Oh, this song was about an underage girl. This song was about an underage girl," and so you decide to go pay R. Kelly money to listen to the song about an underage girl just to confirm when you
Well,
could, you know, you can Google the lyrics on Google. There's a bunch of different things.
y'all are helping him profit off of being a pedophile and a rapist. Everything that y'all hate about him, y'all are helping him make money for being. That's my issue. That's my issue. If he's not going to go to jail, the least we could do is not listen to his music.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
like stop giving him money for everything he's done wrong. Stop talking about it. The only time we should be talking about R. Kelly is if we're in a courtroom trying to send him to jail.
yeah,
That's literally the only time that we should be discussing him or anything that he's done.
and the city of Atlanta has opened a criminal lawsuit against R. Kelly based on the documentary. But again, there had like R. Kelly already went to trial for this one time, and you know people acted all surprised when they saw the documentary. Um, they literally had the video like what was it like 2006 or 2000 maybe 2008 or something like that, but it was they've been known about this stuff.
They had a video of like when we was in the youth of him peeing on a young lady, bro. I'm, I'm 100%. I haven't looked it up, so I don't want to just say that they played the video in court, but I'm pretty sure that.
No, they did play the video in court. They used that as evidence.
So what more evidence do you need that he did it than the tape of him doing it? Now we can make the argument, and then we can say policemen shoot people all the time and get away with it on tape. Not to say that that's okay, but it's kind of to be at this point it's to be expected. We need to change that, but it's to be expected because the police have a history of doing whatever they want to do.
And yeah,
Why did R. Kelly not go to jail for that? And then, like, afterwards, I want to say after R. Kelly, there was the Michael Jackson stuff going on. There's just been, like, there's been, like, little stuff going on all our lifetime just to kind of get us numb to the fact that this stuff happens. Because it didn't used to happen like this, I'm sure. Like, it did, but it wasn't in the media.
yeah,
And the media wasn't talking about how people weren't going to jail for it. We talk about how police killing black people and not going to jail for it, emboldening other people to go kill black people and not go to jail for it. If you are a rapist and you see you're a potential rapist and you see other rapists not going to jail for it, you're going to think, I'm probably not going to jail for it. That's what we're doing as a society by allowing them to not go to jail. And in R. Kelly's instance, by paying him full. Like, ooh, like you said, this song's about what? I'm about to go listen to this song 5 times so I understand it. Well, you just made him money
yeah.
for
And,
being a pedophile.
and I think it's important to highlight one thing that I think weighs heavily in this particular scenario because you know we always hear at least I always hear stories about you know black men who were wrongfully incarcerated due to the testimony of a white woman. You know Emmett Till got lynched and murdered because a white woman said that he whistled at her, and she admitted that you know she's like 70, 80 years old now. She admitted that she lied, and she is still walking around and stuff like that. um, so I think it's important to highlight that in R. Kelly's specific case it was only African American women that he was targeting. um, and I 100% like I wish well, no, I'm not gonna say. I do not wish that R. Kelly would have done anything to anyone, obviously. But
If he did it,
if he did it to a little white girl, a little white 15-year-old, I literally have no doubt that R. Kelly would be sitting in a prison cell right now.
look at Bill Cosby. That's the difference right there.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You are correct, Cosby. That is the difference right there.
So
Bill Cosby did it 50 years ago. They said, Bill, got you. And then
and
people did. They just looked at the victims and they were like, well, and they let him go. Paid
and
him for it.
and I think it was Martin Luther King who said that black women are the most punished group in America, or the most preyed upon group in America. One, because they have to face the struggles of being black, and then also face the struggles of being a woman. There have been countless, white politicians and politicians in general. Honestly, let's not even say just white politicians, but politicians in general who have um, had accusations of women uh, women accusing them of molesting them or having sex with them underage. Example: Brett Kavanaugh, Donald Trump, um, Weinstein. What's Weinstein? Herb Weinstein or something like that. There's repeated instances of the law just not believing a woman's testimony, um, and then for a black man to habitually and consistently target underage African American, like, women, girls. Honestly, not let's not even say women, girls, and be getting away with it for so long.
And have
When
the audacity to offer people money and they take it instead of doing something else. Like, I couldn't imagine something happening to somebody I know. And then the dude that did it pull up to me and be like, bro, I got X amount of dollars for you if you don't do nothing about it at all. Bro. We just keep this
it
between
couldn't
us.
happen. It couldn't happen.
But that's what happened every time.
And that opens up the door for the conversation.
You think it didn't happen with Donald Trump? Donald Trump has 10 times, 20 times, 30 times the money R. Kelly got. It ain't even close. So R. Kelly ain't going to jail. Donald Trump has the perks of being a white man. So, like, that's really, he's a white billionaire. I'm not gonna say he's a billionaire, but he has more money than R. Kelly, and R. Kelly's getting away with a whole lot of nonsense. And I have something to say too. On social media, I have seen with my own eyes why there are so many young ladies that are upset with people young men in the black community for how they look at certain situations. Because what you said before about black women being the most preyed upon group in society, I know that there are a lot of people that might disagree with you. Oddly enough, like, I don't really understand, because the same black man that will say that he is the most preyed upon in society will say that he had the job of protecting his mother, his sister. Like, if you are the most preyed upon, and your job is to protect them, again, see, it is a flaw in your logic.
Yeah.
Like, how are you the victim? Who is the victim protected? Like, we are victims in our own respect. I understand that. I am a black man. But I would much rather I get put in a bad situation than my sister get put in a bad situation.
And that's really just a fact, to be honest.
What? I feel like I should do.
Yeah. And I think that opens the door for not only what we can do better as, like, as in America, right? As America, we need to stop allowing sexual assault to go unpunished. Period. Just like, doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what position you hold, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you sexually assault someone, then you go to jail for it. That should be the status quo. On the other hand, we also need to have a conversation about how black men interact in our own communities. How many black men were R. Kelly's production assistant, how many his manager, and were sitting by watching this happen, and then going home to their wives and daughters.
People calling R. Kelly illiterate, they had to be helping him with a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of paperwork that goes into this. if he was really giving people money, it was not just a verbal agreement. There had to be written contracts and paperwork. And R. Kelly did not write facts. He didn't write. He just didn't write the contract. I'm sure. And if he did, it was a normal paper or something. It just doesn't make sense with the amount of money and the amount of stuff that was going on. It has to be real specific for him to not have went to jail at all. That has to be some real specific contract negotiation.
Yeah, for 100% fact. Um, and then to further that, you see these different narratives that these underage girls were just some little fast fast shorties trying to prey on a super rich celebrity. Um, and actually, I'm gonna shout out my one boy, my boy Kermit actually put out a post um, on Facebook, I believe, and he said that there is not an underage girl alive that is fine enough or bad enough to attract a grown man who is not attracted to underage girls. It's just not possible. If you don't like underage girls, you are not going to have sex with an underage girl.
It's just simple logic, bro.
Um, so
How do
I
you
think
this?
that that
No.
narrative needs to be just completely just we need to disassociate with it. We need to anybody who uses that narrative, they really need to reevaluate their relationships and
By a little girl like that, no, I just don't believe you. I just don't believe you. I feel like that's a lot.
and
And I'm like,
especially in
no way that you don't know. Like you, bro. Yeah,
and, and especially in a situation where it was happening over a extended period of time. Um, and if you watch the documentary, you saw the girls; they were very upfront about their age. A lot of them were doing this for the hopes at a music career. Um, so you know, anyway, it is very frustrating to talk about. Um,
and there's a lot of blame to
but
go around.
yeah, we have a lot of work to do. R. Kelly needs to be in
So
jail. Anybody who helped R. Kelly needs to be in jail.
if you heard about R. Kelly and you let your daughter around, you should probably go to jail too for child endangerment.
Yeah,
That is illegal.
neglect. Because I mean, I don't know how many underage girls out there can, get on a plane and go to Chicago for months and their parents just not hear from them.
And this is R. Kelly. Like this ain't just no regular dude. Like y'all know who R. Kelly is. And once y'all get in the same circle as him, I'm sure that's somebody that hurt. I'm sure y'all peep a lot of things. I'm sure that it's not easy for him to hide what he's doing. There's no reason for a bunch of 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. Like there's just no reason for y'all to even be in that kind of proximity. Like
Yeah,
it's, it doesn't make sense. So y'all should be able to tell him off. Y'all shouldn't put your kids in that situation. Shouldn't nobody be aiding him to do stuff like this. Like he shouldn't be off the streets.
yeah. So anyway, you know, we have a lot of work to do. One, as America, this sexual assault normalization has to stop. We can't just. There shouldn't be elected officials who are rapists. That doesn't make any sense.
It's
Um,
like
I don't need. Yeah, I don't even know why that needs to be a conversation.
no, you know what? The president admitted to it because he said he just grabbed him. Like remember he said that like that's his quote. I ain't gonna say the
Yeah,
exact quote.
we don't need to say that, but we all know what he's talking about. Um,
Oh, he said it.
so that kind of rhetoric needs to be
Brother.
expelled from our society. And then we have further work to do within the black community for letting our daughters and our wives and our sisters and be victims to this situation and not being there to it's one thing to um, you know get preyed upon. That's a terrible thing that happens, and in certain situations it's like there's not much that could have been done except the guy shouldn't have been a rapist, right? But in situations where the family is, like you said, has knowledge of where you are, um, and when there's a black male who is the perpetrator of these sexual accusations, that shows that there's something that we need to fix within society, um,
Neglect. Or your
within our own
priority.
community.
That's exploiting a child for money.
Yeah.
Neglect.
So let's stop normalizing this. This is obviously a very hard topic for a lot of people to talk about.
Into
But
because we did about it before, and we got an R. Kelly documentary about why he's not in jail, just like OJ's writing a book about if I did do
yeah. So
it.
anyway, let us know your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen from the criminal investigation that's happening now? Do you think there will be anything that comes of it? Um, do you? I mean, honestly, if you disagree with the fact that rape is a normalized thing in America, then you really need to, you know, rewatch the last 20 years, honestly, and probably longer than that. Honestly, it's ingrained in our culture. But we need to get past that. And we need to grow as a society so that we just understand that rape is not rape in any level. Statutory rape, sexual assault, anything of that nature is unacceptable.
You shouldn't even have to have this discussion.
Facts, 100%. So let us know what you guys think. As always, like, share, subscribe. We are getting back rolling, and we're gonna try to have videos to you guys every week, at least two. So make sure you guys continue to share, like, let your friends know about us, and we're gonna continue to push out this content. So thank you. My name is Hobson McCain, and we're out. Appreciate it.